Good evening, YouTube family. So I wanted to make a quick video of anybody that's thinking about buying a dream vehicle. So in this case, I have a 1972 Plymouth Barracuda that is actually my dream vehicle. And I was lucky to purchase this vehicle about 5 years ago. We have a 340 small block that's bored and stroked to 416, so we have some decent horsepower at the rear wheels. So this vehicle has been one of my dream vehicles ever since I was a little kid. I'm a kid that grew up as a little kid in the late 80s and at coming of age in the 90s. Muscle cars were kind of out of reach for me throughout my entire life. And when I actually got the opportunity to buy an old Mopar, and particularly E-body Barracudas because they're relatively rare, and I also really love the styling of them too. Kudos Challengers of that vintage. I jumped on it, and as I said, I bought this 5 years ago, and one thing that I did not expect, and this is probably going to be the case for nearly anyone who buys their dream vehicle, although everybody's situation is different, I do not drive this vehicle as much as I thought I would. So in 5 years, I've probably driven it less than 300 miles, which is kind of an issue because if you're going to have a car like this, you really should drive it. In my case, a couple of things holding me back is that I'm really anxious about taking it out and leaving it in a parking lot and somebody dinging it or me getting in an accident. I'm also a little OCD when it comes to any type of drip or any type of thing that might be slightly wrong with the vehicle. It's like I have to fix it before I actually take it out. To give you an example, I've had the last 10 days off from work, and in those 10 days I said to myself, I'm going to take the vehicle out and I'm going to drive it and I'm going to enjoy it. And of those 10 days, I started this car one time. One time I started it, I opened up the garage door, I let it idle, and then I shut it off. So if you buy a vehicle like this, the greatest lesson that I can give to you, make time for it, or make sure you're able to make time for it. Otherwise, I don't want to say there's no point in owning it, because some vehicles can be collector vehicles, and the less you drive them, the better. In my case, I wanted to buy the vehicle to drive it, and I don't drive it. And that's a bit of a problem. And part of the reason I don't drive it is because I don't get to make time for it. I give myself all these other projects to do, and I make a lot of excuses. At the end of the day, it's my own fault. So if you're going to buy a vehicle, make sure you have time for it, especially if it's a vehicle that's your dream car. It's probably not going to be a daily driver, but if you can make time for it, great. But that's probably the key takeaway. So hope you enjoyed. Have a great night.